Most people will tell you violence isn't the answer, but if the question is how do I fly in Apex Legends, that's the only answer and the only way to do it. Apparently, supply beans can somehow store momentum in them from blocked punches. I've spent about an hour testing this so far and I've come to a few conclusions. The direction of where you punch determines where you'll send yourself flying, as that's the direction in which the supply bin will store the momentum. Which also means that the more you beat the hell out of the supply bin, the further away it will throw you away from its life, you sick abusive monster. It also seems like there's specific spots, G-spots if you will, on the supply bin that will store momentum faster than other ones, specifically near the edges or in the gap in between. Crouching and hitting this part of the supply bin is the fastest way to store the forward momentum as far as I've noticed, because the frequency of like getting knocked back and pushed out of the supply bin while hitting that spot was a lot more frequent than hitting any other spot. Standing up and punching straight will of course store upward momentum, and if you aim at an angle it'll do the same. You get the gist of it. Where you punch is where you're gonna be sent flying. Now I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but to me it also seemed that if you jump while kicking it or punching it, you'll gain momentum a lot faster. Something I might add, if it isn't obvious for some people, you have to keep moving forwards constantly as the punch will knock you back, so just hold W if you're on a computer. If you're on a console, I don't know what you hold, just keep moving forwards. Now after you've beat the hell out of the supply bin, it seems that the momentum is stored forever and it can be used to launch as many people you want an infinite amount of times. That means once the supply bin has stored a certain amount of momentum, you can only add more momentum to it by hitting it more, and getting sent flying will not spend any of it. Now, it does take a while to charge up a decent amount of momentum. I'd say around a minute and a half is what you would need to get sent flying over the map like I did in the first clip. But if I didn't hit the mountain, it seemed like I would have easily reached the other end of the map and gotten into the circle on the other end. So this could be very useful for like big rotations when you're far away from the circle, or to surprise a squad that's in front of you. Maybe you don't want to fight in the ring and risk getting third-partied, not having syringes or medkits, so you could find a supply bin, quickly beat it up and possibly send yourself flying over the enemy squads into the circle and just mow them down from safety. And of course this will hopefully result in some very funny clips, but the most important part in a quick fix of the exploit, as we really don't need more flying people in the game considering how many speed hackers there is. I suggest all of you take some time to play with this exploit in tutorial mode and see if you can figure out anything I've missed and come back here and leave a comment, because the more specifics we find about how it works, the easier it'll be for Respawn to fix it, as they won't need to waste countless hours testing it since we've already done the testing for them. So just a quick recap for the end: you open a supply bin, you get into it. If you wanna go forward, crouch, hit in front of you. Wanna go up, stand up in the bin and punch directly above you. Basically where you punch is where you send flying. If you want to get a decent amount of momentum, just be patient, do it for around a minute, then climb on top. You don't have to jump, you can just walk all over it. I'm not sure if jumping like sends you higher, but I haven't been jumping in the video, maybe a few times. I just usually run over it and it still sends you flying. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to test this out by yourself and tell me what you find out, and I'll see you in the next video.